All right, it is time for me to remember what we were doing. All right, I got the deed to this house. I remember that, and I need to grab some goods like Eye of Pygoth, which will be easier to do here in Hallowtown than anywhere else. I also think I need Jitter Seed, and I need to buy stuff from the Alchemist, which I think there is one of those here as well. So good for me. Let's try going down here to the Thieves Guild, see if they got anything. Outlaw furnishings could be neat. I'm not really sure what I should sell. Is treasure just sellable? It seemed to be useful for alchemy, but I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, that's nothing. Paradoxicus, we do need that. And we go over here. And I believe Bubbling Brew. There we go. And selling health and stamina potions probably isn't worth it. Okay. There's probably I have Pygoth and stuff like that that I can find just like out and about, but yeah, I guess we'll go do that. Hold on. Huh. Look at that. There we go. And a Death's Veil and a Delusion. Not that bad, actually. Okay, that did a lot of damage, but that's fine. I think there's some Eye of Pygoth near the entrance to town. So let's go over there and look. I might be wrong about this, but I thought there was some like right on the ridge. Or maybe I'm thinking of that Paradoxicus. Is that an Eye of Pygoth over there? I think it is. Like directly this way. Yeah, looks like it. We definitely want to go over there, because that'll be helpful for us. I have Pygoth. We should probably also check on a haunted mansion here, because that's like one of the reasons why we did stuff to begin with. Like, period. In this plot was to try and, or in my efforts, it was to try and get like money and stuff necessary to continue up with that. So, ooh. Yes, please. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go down here, or whatever. Wherever it is. Ah! Not exactly where I wanted to be, but that's fine. That's that place. Where do I want to go? I want to go way south. The lift is not yet active. What? How? Am I dumb? Did I forget to activate the lift like last 10 times I was in this area? So it's possible, I guess. I know there's a jitter seed there, but I'm not too worried about it. Definitely forgot to activate the lift. It's fine, just activate it real quick. I hate that we have to take it down all the way to take it back up. Okay. Eye of Pygoth. Paradoxicus. Where is that place? That's a death shrine. It's down here. There we go. Down here. I wish there was a teleporter up there. That would be very nice. Some silk bug over there, but I'm not going to walk over there. I don't ever need to, really. I know there's a weird creature in the shell down there, too. But I don't remember what he wanted. Completely forgot, actually. Library. Garden. Grade the garden. Why can't I build this yet? Necessary materials to purchase this upgrade. Do I just not have enough iron ore? I don't have enough iron ore. Okay. A sharp noise rouses you, groggy, you blink awake, but you're not alone in this place. Okay. Dude, you did a shit job guarding the door. Alright, let's look for the garden now. I really hope that the mine in there is correct. Ooh, pretty. Kind of neat. You have gained a temporary buff regen. Okay. Neat. Cool little cavey cave. Ooh, that's a teleporter. The door needs a key. There's something back there. What is this? Where am I? Is this in... no. This is this place. Aha! Interesting. Oh, it's here. That's helpful, because it means that we have a teleporter close to our house. Okay. So we're unlocking better fast travel. So that's helpful to some degree. Paintings of ghosts and things. Interesting. Let's check with the armorer and see if... Oh my god. There we go. They sit on a box. That's funny. Here we go. Modest treasure. They're fast asleep. Bed is owned by someone else. Okay, interesting. Good. Can get in there. And I can probably go up here now. Correct. What does this do? Delusion. Modest treasure. Luckily, they're a heavy sleeper. Alright. I should have done this in Quill, too, and just stolen everything from them. I should probably head back there and give that a try. Are there any other, like, shops or places around here that would be good for me to steal from? Doesn't really seem like it. Unspent Delusions. So get me to 25 charm, I think, which is pretty good. Okay, so I have some Paradoxicus, which is helpful. Okay. Well, I need iron ore, which means at some point I gotta sleep. Woman eyes you up and down. You look like someone who can take care of themselves. A word of advice, if you'll hear it. While the countryside starves from the famine, the merchants here are just as rich as ever. They won't let you run their houses in the daytime, but at night, well, that's a different story. So make sure you stock up on lockpicks if you're planning any unsavory activities. There are places you can buy them if you know where to look. Interesting. I knew that, though. So you're kind of useless. All right. Ooh, there is an attic up here that I don't know if I ever got to. Let's try some shenanigans. Let's gan some shenanies. Okay, so this is outside, and then we go up, and... Oh, okay, so we have been in this attic. You've seen that. Seen all this. Okay. Just confirming. Alright, so there isn't too much else around here. My Pygeth I already took. Yep. Alright, let's go back to Puel while we can. I don't think they had an armorer there. But I guess it doesn't hurt to look. Because I really want iron ore. And you gotta assume that there's a relatively steady supply of it. Why do you keep causing me to talk when I have already talked to you multiple times? You have to assume that there is some sort of a supply of iron ore around, because obviously there are many things that require it, way more than I've even encountered so far. Like, just an absolutely absurd amount. Okay, let's go this way. More Eye of Pygeth, always good. So we need a lot of this stuff. Okay. Okay, those are not interactable. Nice. Wow, how did I miss this? Scratch room tea. Oh, so that's probably supposed to be the intended solution for that little quest. There were probably places around here that I just, like, didn't fully investigate, I assume. I have to assume, because, like, I didn't have any lockpick and stuff back then. So it was, like, really hard for me to do anything. I'm wondering if it's possible to do everything in a playthrough Morrowind style. I mean, barring literally fully mutually exclusive events. You could pretty much make a character that did everything, which was fine, actually. Hey, modest treasure. Okay. What is this? Weird. Fast asleep. This is the lady, the mayor lady, I think. Stole all her stuff. Don't care. In. Unlock this. I don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Thank you. This was very worth it so far. Making tons of money. Oh, there isn't a... Huh. There aren't, like, any shops here. I definitely thought there were. Oopsie. So we gotta find... I have to find a different way to get... Yeah, I guess I gotta find a different way to get more iron ore, because there's... It doesn't seem like the mines regenerate any. Yeah, so I think I just have to find some. I don't know. I'm genuinely not sure. Let's go, like, check this mine, because I know there was some in here before. Yeah, no, it doesn't regenerate. Seemingly. Alright, let's teleport all the way back. Okay. Well, we upgraded some of our other house. What does upgrading this house do? Everything needs stuff annex. What is the annex? Is it this or just like a different piece or what? Balcony not built. I can build this. You lack the necessary materials. What? How do I not have the materials for this? I have 80 gold. Plenty of Pygeth. Oh, I need more jitter seed. Ugh. How could they? I don't even know. I mean, the alchemy shop was like my one lead. The alchemy shop in Hallowtown. Maybe I can just like rest, sell some stuff, and then they'll have some more. Because it's a new day. Let's try that. Hallowtown. Something has changed. What does that mean? Is it just telling me that shops are restocked? Nope, nothing. Let's go to the inn. No, let's not. I don't care about that. I'll just have to pick up more jitter seed from like around. If I ever see any. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Ah! Okay. Let's look at our quests. Alright, let's see. Golden Typhus still haven't found. War Stories still haven't done. Madness of the King. Park Gazebo. Upper Ferropolis. Nightfall. Return to the cleanup camp and speak to the corrupted one again. Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Okay. This is the whole reason why we were getting the... Okay, so the transcript thing, I was thinking I could read the Clockwork King's, like, goals for me. But no, the whole reason why we did this is to talk to the kid. Hiccup. Wow. Alright. Keep going, I guess. Bunny hop our way over. I don't know if that increases our speed at all, actually, but feels like it does. Feels like I'm moving slightly faster. I don't know. We probably aren't. I'm going to go see Longlegs tonight. I'm going to the premiere. Or at least the, not the actual premiere, but the theatrical release. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to this movie. I really like Osgood Perkins' other films. Not all of them. Like, I think I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House is pretty good. I don't love it, but I think it's pretty good. I think Gretel and Hansel is, like, well shot. And I don't think it's, like, amazing, but I thought it was, like, fine, you know? It's, like, perfectly well acted and reasonably pretty. It's just, like, it's, like, not, like, a super incredible, like, art film or anything. But I really like his first movie. In America, it's called The Black Coat's Daughter, and then in other regions, it's called February. That's a really excellent film. I really like that movie a lot. Is this the camp up here? Yes, it is. This regen lasts a really long time. You feel the clockwork in your skull grind into furious motion as it translates the corrupted one's speech. Beginning at the end, for want of finitude, aporia, only the facts if you please. Alas, threshing engine 111 cannot be saved. Why won't you listen? In catatonic bustle around and round, congratulations, you have been accepted. Away haul, away we'll haul away together. Into Royal Project 200... Or no, not 200. 2,309 horoscope. Alas, threshing engine 111 has suffered yearning unbefitting of its station. Bastards useless. Something, something. It stares at the locket as if hypnotized. Paw. The corrupted one becomes visibly agitated in its movements and speech. Edict, stop slouching. Water trickling gently through the park. Please listen. Alas, fault and status check on latch reset. He loves you, dearie, even if he doesn't show it. Alas, cannot exist. Subject 217, 253. Thy petition is hereby granted. Please listen. Entreaty, we are sorry to inform. Can you tell me your name? Dear Pa, I am ready to tell you. Clean each crystal, head thrice daily until record of fault. Help us, we are lost. And enclose this locket, which I hope shall always remind you. Please listen. Edict. Prior common names are heresy, annulled by and shall be dust. Or annulled and shall be dust. Come on, we have to go. Sincerely, your loving daughter, Aphra Myshkin. Did you say Aphra, as in chief interpreter Aphra? It's not clear whether she can understand you. Attention, please evacuate immediately for your own, so we'll no more go a-roving. Please help us, alas, cannot exist, Aphra. There's no time, unlatch receipt. Huh. Keep the locket to give back to Oleg. You've done what Oleg asked of you, and he'll be waiting to hear what you found, but perhaps you should first try to learn the whole truth. What was the purpose of Project Horoscope? What role did it play in Aphra Myshkin's fate, and how is she connected to the other Aphra that you met before? The only one who could answer these questions is the man whose name was stamped all over the horoscope files, Sunil Khan, the King's Speaker. All right. I don't know what giving it to him would do, or giving it to Aphra would do. So let's go talk to Sunil, I guess. Piece of garbage. That guy's an asshole. Okay. Let's talk to Oleg. Actually, let's not. Let's talk to Sunil first. As the quest thing said, maybe we should talk to Sunil first. So let's talk to Sunil first. Just makes sense. Just adds up. Speak quickly, says my time is on high demand. Let's have a little chat about Project Horoscope. Sunil narrows his eyes at you. Am I meant to recognize that name? You're telling me that that was some other Sunil who authorized the project? Sunil looks at you with a hint of surprise the first time you've seen him off balance. How did you? You tell Sunil what you discovered about Oleg's daughter, Aphra. When you're finished, he sighs. My, you have been inquisitive. Where your loyalty is not so obviously suspect, you might even have made a good interpreter. So, what is it that you imagine you will get from me? Chief Interpreter Aphra deserves to know the truth. The things recorded in the Library of Untruths are fictions. They never happened. We are discussing imaginary hypotheticals. Do you understand? Sure, this is all only a fairy tale. Oddly, Sunil smiles. In a certain land in a certain kingdom very far away from here. Yes, quite so. In a certain land, there is a king with magical powers. One day, the king's retainers asked if he could use his magic to transform people into their best selves. The king agreed, but first ordered a test. The king's retainers would scour the land to find 6 people who between them embodied all its variation in character and temperament. The king would then multiply each candidate 6-fold, changing every copy in a different way. The original candidates would remain unchanged, to see what happened when the king did nothing. And, to keep the test pure, the king would make all 36 subjects forget they were ever a part of it. Go on, I want to hear how the story ends. The 6th candidate, Aphra, was wild and disobedient, showing little promise, yet it was one of their copies, the 6th in fact, who proved wisest of all. And so the king was satisfied and began using his magic to create many more good and faithful subjects. It was great sorrow when the original Aphra was consumed by a plague unleashed by the king's enemies. But eventually, the plague was defeated, and everyone, or almost everyone, lived happily ever after. So there ends the fairy tale, and there ends your telling of it if you wish for a happy ending of your own. Is this how the corruption started with Project Horoscope? Oh, would you care to explain your logic? You gave your king the power to alter people, then people began turning into monsters. Don't you think that's a bit suspicious? Sunil examines you silently for some time. You must think you're very clever indeed, like a child who sees a house burn down and believes the wood is to blame. That the corruption is entangled with the king's powers of alteration is trivially true, and the guild has never denied it. The real question is who or what is thwarting those powers' correct operation. But it is abundantly clear that you know nothing of the king's magic, and I have better things to do than indulge in the misapprehensions of children. Very well, that's all. I'll leave you to work. Let's see, something... I wanted to confirm something. Okay, Aphra is the reformist engineer. Interesting. Park gazebo at nightfall. So we learned a lot about her. This is a cool quest, the way that it's like intertwined with the rest of the quest of this area. I actually like that a lot. I think that's neat. So I guess the question is, should we go talk to Aphra and get to the bottom of it all before we do anything? You find Oleg absorbed in some kind of word puzzle. He is sober. When he glances up, you see bags under his eyes. You again. Have you come to throw in the towel? I found your daughter. Her name was Aphra. Oleg stares at you for a long time without visible emotion. You're trying to scam me. You just picked that out of some book you read. She asked the king to change her body, but it refused. At one point, she got arrested for wearing the wrong clothes. Oleg looks at the wall. He starts to reach for a bottle, then stops. Aphra, what kind of name is that? Must have been Genevieve's idea. I would have never chosen it. Well, you used the past tense, so I assume it's not good news. Tell him about Project Horoscope. Actually, it's complicated. You tell Oleg the whole story from the cleanup, camp, to your confrontation with Sunil. At one point, his hands begin shaking, so he hides them in his lap. I had suspicions, of course, that my forgetting was no accident. We all know the guild changes people, normal people, not just crooks and saboteurs. If you are observant, you see signs everywhere, only you can never be sure who is safe to tell. He shakes his head. Special project. I guess I ought to feel honored. They should have looked after her, given her an easy job, a pension, at least a fucking medal. Well then, do you still have my locket? He takes the locket gingerly in both hands, as if afraid of breaking it, and bows his forehead against it for what feels like an eternity. Oleg looks up at you, clearly struggling for words. The way this ended is no fault of yours. You have given me answers. I am in your debt. Wait a minute. This isn't over. Oleg's expression turns sour. What now? Can a man not be left to grieve in peace? There are versions of your daughter that survived. Don't you want to meet them? I am happy for them, but they are not my daughters. You say they were altered by magic, then they are new people. If they are anyone's children, they are the king's. Let His Majesty look after them if it wants. Now please, no more questions. What else is there to say? Corrupted or not, Aphra recognized the locket. She remembered you. Are you going to say that some part of her is still in there? That maybe there's a way to save her? These are foolish tales people tell themselves because they're scared of the truth. Just as a corpse may gasp and twitch hours after death, so the corrupted vomit up chunks of the person they replaced. What you spoke to was only an echo, like a ghost. Besides, what would I do? Break her out of her cage, smuggle her past quarantine, hide her in my cupboard? Then we would both be destroyed. My daughter is gone. Whatever thing has her body now, let them burn it. Now please, no more questions. Don't you see you're part of this? Your job upholds the regime that got her killed. He eyes you venomously. What exactly are you saying, that this was my fault? What kind of question is that for a grieving father? You have power in this kingdom. You could do something. He slams the table. Enough! What the hell do you know about my life, about my country? Do you think I can just knock the king's door and ask nicely? You think they can't find someone else who wants my job or my house? I protect this kingdom. It is outsiders like you sneaking in and out, smugglers, mercenaries, saboteurs, and spies that forced the king to take such a heavy hand. If everyone followed the law, none of this would have happened. Now please, no more questions. Very well, I'm done. A debt like this can never be made square, but let me at least give you a down payment. This key was donated by a smuggler we picked up in polite and civil conversation. He told us that it unlocked a stolen royal freight capsule jettisoned from the ship while flying over one of the outlying islands nobody visits. The island is only reachable by air, but you can bet there's treasure in that capsule. It was going to be my retirement plan until somehow the key vanished from our stockpile. Oh well, happens all the time. And now I must ask one more favor, not for me, but for my daughter. Take this candle to the missing persons notice board after dark, light it, and let that be the end. Farewell, Oleg. Oleg says nothing. You leave him sitting in his cold little apartment, absorbed in his puzzle. Okay. Mechanical punch card given to you by the Boiler Guard. Freight capsule on one of the Clockwork Kingdom's outlying atolls. Inlet is like inaccessible without an airship of your own. Okay, well. Be a while before we get one of those, I guess. Let's rest at the inn until nightfall. And go to the gazebo, I guess, is what we do. Hiccup. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, no. There we go. Let's go. I don't remember where exactly. There we go. Try to grab as much Paradoxicus as I possibly can. Talk to Aphra. Aphra's mechanical arm gives you fluid salutation. So, friend, now that you've seen the cost of the king's madness, will you help me? I'll compensate you, of course, as best a humble engineer can. You have my attention. Oh, King's mercy, thank you. You cannot know how grateful I am that someone understands. I've been working on a spell. It would stop the vanishings and reform the king's power so that it can only alter people at their own request, with their consent, just like we talked about. See? Unfortunately, my spell must be enacted inside the king's audience chamber, and these days only Speaker Sunil and his inner circle are allowed in. They're also paranoid about the saboteur. But you, the king summoned you specifically. Do you realize how rare that is? Its Majesty doesn't make mistakes, only decisions we don't understand yet, and Its Majesty has decided you are important. We can induce the king to summon you again. Sunil would have to let you in. He'd never disobey a royal command. Then you can input my spell. Does it all make sense? Just tell me what you need me to do. First, we must catch the king's attention. About a month ago, strange phenomena were reported in the graveyard outside Pheropolis. My analysis suggests these phenomena are a secret message from Its Majesty. Take my Machinist Guild insignia to investigate the graveyard. The graveyard keeper may be able to assist you. Use it carefully, friend. These insignia command great power throughout the kingdom. Now, I could be wrong, but I suspect the message will begin with music. She hums a haunting tune, somehow familiar and ethereal all at once, like a lullaby from Time Zone Beginning. You have a good voice, you know. She looks genuinely pleased. How kind. Well, perhaps if this whole machinist business doesn't pan out, I can make a living as a troubadour. I have to sneeze. Where will we find this graveyard? Outside Pheropolis to the northwest. If you leave by the main causeway, you'll see broken lay pylons running downhill to your left. Follow them until you come to a graveyard. I think I understand. Aphra, I have something important to tell you about your past. Aphra's brows wrinkle. My past? What do you mean? Tell her what you discovered about Project Horoscope. Aphra listens intently with growing horror. For the first time since you met her, she seems at a loss for words. God's alive, that's horrible. All those Aphras, they could have been me and I could have been them. They were me and I was them. Why me? Why did I deserve to flourish and they to die? I never knew I had so many sisters. Thought I was changing the king, changing the system, but the king made me? Yet it also made my sisters, left them to die, so all of us were expressions of Its Majesty's will. She gazes past you to somewhere far away. All my life I wondered why I was here in this broken world, what I was for. Though all my days as a young engineer the indignities I bore. Now I know there was a reason. She meets your eyes with a look of intense determination. Not many people have the privilege of such a purpose. What happened to my sisters must never happen again. Please, friend, help me finish this. Help me wake the kingdom from its nightmare. Now, where were we? We were seeking a second audience with the king. Just wish me luck. All the luck in the world. Oh, friend, please don't breathe a word of our plan to anyone, especially Speaker Sunil. I struggle to think what he would do if he found out. I would kill him. I can always just go into his chambers, can't I? Like, by myself? Why wouldn't I? Light a candle for Oleg's daughter. You place Oleg's candle among the others and light the wick. A soft green glow suffuses the leaves of paper, each one marking a life and a name. You think about Oleg's daughter and all her sisters and all the people for whom there will never be any candles. And you think about the faces you saw on your way here. What if they lost that they won't let themselves mourn? Whose absence do they feel without even knowing it? How many are pretending not to see the abyss for fear of being dragged in too? How many think it could never happen to them? Behind you, someone begins to sing, croaking and hesitant at first, no words, just a mournful, keening tune. Something like an elegy, something like a howl, a prayer and a promise, a hymn for the missing. Invigorating locket. Okay. So we did that. Now we'll head down to the graveyard, I suppose. I think I know exactly where that is. It's right over here. Because this is the area we needed a key for that I didn't have. What in God's name? Is this the graveyard? What? Inside the yellow box is a mechanical console with something like an ear trumpet hanging on a curly wire. Tinny noises issue from its mouth. Pick up the trumpet and listen. You pick up the trumpet and put it to your ear. Your brain is flooded by a cacophony of jagged noise. Then you realize it's some kind of otherworldly music. The music throbs in an alien time signature, defying your attempts to track its rhythm. Ghostly, inhuman voices lap over each other like waves. Feels like a memory from before the universe was made. This doesn't seem like the king's message. You'll have to try one of the other boxes. That's wild. That's really cool. Pick up the trumpet, put it to your ear. You can hear two people in soft conversation, their voices echoing as if from another end of a long stone passage. There now, it'll be all right. How's it going to be all right? Lydia's just gone and nobody remembers. I feel like my brain is melting and running out of my ears. I know. All I mean is we've got each other and I ain't going nowhere. A pause. I was washing up today. Do you ever notice how many dishes we have? Enough for 5 people, not 2. Well, helps to have an extra, don't it? You know we can't afford more of anything than we need. We had an extra bed, too, before we sold it in that cot. This doesn't seem like the king's message. Keep listening. I suppose it was nice to have guests around before all this. And do you remember ever having guests? A pause. How many people used to live in this house, Quessy? I don't know. Me neither. There's a long silence and then a series of odd little wet sounds. What are you doing? Sorry, should I stop? I didn't say stop. You hear a grateful sighs, a giggle, then a loving moan. You quickly put the trumpet down before you hear any more. They were doing a sex. Pick up the trumpet, put it to your ear. An old man's voice echoes from the other end. Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me? I don't know where I am. Please, it's cold. Who is that speaking? Stay calm. I'll try to help you. The old man doesn't seem to be able to hear you. I can't see anything. I can't feel my body. Is anyone there? Hello, please. If anyone's there, say something. This doesn't seem like the king's message. First, you just hear hissing, then the tune that Aphra hummed. A genderless voice announces with a mechanical regularity. 61632 break 526 Alder Bantam 2 break 46. The voice drones on and then repeats. This must be the king's message. You scribble down everything you can, then replace the trumpet. It's like a number station. That's kind of neat. Welcome to the graveyard, pal. What brings you all the way out here? Show machinist insignia. I'm here on official business. Blimey, you mean someone's actually been reading my reports? Better late than never, I suppose. It's these yellow boxes, see? We've had them for years, but even the king's speaker himself couldn't make head or tail of them. Told me to look after them till they were needed. That'll be the day. Here, a few ticks ago, some of the boxes started talking. Now they won't shut up. Weird stuff. Music sometimes, mind. I know better than to listen. Maybe you could take a look. Most of the boxes here don't talk. You have to listen closely if you want to find the right ones. I'll be going now. Okay, that's it. I definitely thought there was like an enemy in the muck, like Star Wars trash compactor style. But but it does not seem like that was quite the case. It's kind of interesting how there aren't actually that many quests in the game, really, it seems so far. It's been mostly, like, we have side quests, but we haven't actually been able to do most of them yet. And, like, now that we're here... Oh, that's not good. Are people turning into these? I said, do not interfere with these silk slugs in any way, or you'll enter to the Machinist Guild. Why shouldn't I interfere with them? They're under royal protection, so go about your business. A silk slug begins to probe inquisitively at their weapon. Oi, leave that alone, please. I know it sounds bonkers, but I swear the city used to be bigger. Not just more people, I mean bigger, more streets, more houses. Maybe I was just smaller. My memory must be playing tricks on me. Oh, yeah, things are going bad. So many silk slugs. That's not good. People are turning into slugs. Oh, it's still nighttime. Well, I guess I bought fare for later, for if I ever need it. It's really hard to tell when it's night. I wish the sky turned actually like blue so I could see. That would be nice. Nice little quality of life change. There we go. How goes our task, friend? Why is the city full of silk slugs? She looks around. Oh dear, again? I'm afraid I had my nose in my notes on the way here. The king's affection for silk slugs is a long-standing mystery, but not our most pressing. How can I empower you? Found the king's message in the graveyard. Really? Let's see. No, wait. Oh! She beams up at you. Stars of flame. I wasn't imagining it. This confirms my analysis. The king is speaking to us, and we must show what we've heard. Oh, oops. I keep accidentally pressing A because it's on my grip button on the left side. I keep accidentally tapping it. She looks embarrassed. Oh, well, it was just a guess. The king outputs so much information every day, and I just look for patterns, but I mustn't bore you. Truly, I'm interested. I get the sense that there was some spark of inspiration. She seems surprised. Oh, well, to tell the truth, I had a dream about it. I saw myself walking in a graveyard, following that tune, and then finding... Now listen, I don't want you to think I'm some sort of crazed mystic. It's been so long buried in royal output logs, I sometimes fall asleep on the parchment. I think the dream was only my mind's way of pointing out the pattern I'd missed. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. This king speaks a dialect of cipher language known as Sixfold. It's tremendously difficult for human brains to parse. So for your audience, you'll need a cranial moderator installed into your skull. Skip conversation. Actually, funny story, I already have a moderator. Aphra blinks, squints at you, then tilts her head back as if she's seeing you in a new light. Really? You got that from Morozov? All it took was a little persuasion. Your initiative is commendable. Well done. I've been studying the message you retrieved from the graveyard. I think Its Majesty wants us to pass it on elsewhere, but not by the usual channels. In the corrupted lands, there's a royal broadcast beacon, formerly used to send signals now down to the underlands. It was abandoned when corruption overtook the area and has since fallen into disrepair. However, the king has not forgotten it. Unfortunately, the beacon is no longer answering remote commands, which means you, and I, am truly sorry for this, must deliver the message in person. She hands you a weighty folder of forest green leather. This is what we machinists call a punch card. It's a way of recording information so the king can understand, in this case, music. Use a punch card to open the tower door, then insert it into the apparatus at the top of the beacon. How do I get to the corrupted land? Why would you want to send signals to the underlands? We asked the king the same question. Its Majesty was adamant that someone or something might be alive down there, and that contacting them was somehow critical to the kingdom's future. Alas, no response ever came. This sounds incredibly dangerous. Very much so. Ordinarily, I wouldn't contemplate such a journey, and I truly wish I could go myself, but if Sunil notices I'm absent for too long, our whole plan will be sunk. My advice, try not to enter any structure not fixed to the ground. Cleanup workers are your friends. If you taste lilac, turn back immediately. If you see an eyeball, do not meet its gaze. If you need respite, I believe there's a royal cleanup camp in that area, though I've never been there myself. How do I get to the corrupted lands? Blah, blah, blah. I have the king conjure the access code directly into your cranial moderator. Just picture me in your mind's eye with as much detail as you can, and it'll come to you. I'm not very good at picturing things in my head. She smiles mischievously. Why not try it anyway? With all that new plumbing in your skull, you might be surprised. There we go. Finally can leave now. Southeast of here, across a great chasm, digging engine in the area. Yeah, okay. How else can I empower you? Just wish me luck. Okay. Yay. So now we have like a new thing to do. That's pretty cool. And now I guess it's just finding our way to the Trying to find our way to the corrupted lands? Yeah, that sounds about right. Where do I want to go? Let's just head down. Oh. I guess we'll make our way there. I don't remember if there really was anything out in this field other than like enemies to kill. There we go. Drop iron ore, please. It's like the one thing we really need. Jitter seed. We also need that. I have Pygoth. Helpful. I don't remember if I ever went into this house right here. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Because that's just the weird grandpa's house who's like, meh, I'm blind and no one visits or whatever. Alright. I'm only fighting these for the potential for Delusion. I don't know if they... that's one thing I'm unclear on. I think fighting enemies actually does give you slight amounts of experience, but I don't know. I don't actually remember. I don't know how much of this area I've even explored at this point. I guess I went over there. It's the corrupted one that we got the key to. Is there anything over here? Looks like there might be. Looks like a corrupted guy and some potions. Nice. But it's actually over here to the left. Royal Beacon, only machinists permitted. Oh, I have a machinist sigil. So we should be allowed to get in here. Looks like an interesting landmark. Sure does. Map has been updated. So many ciphers to turn in. Sooner or later here. I have Pygoth. Gimme. I'm just trying to hoard upgrade materials at this point and just like not spend my iron ore like upgrading random things. I know I did that earlier, but like I'm probably not going to do that. I like my swords. It's fine. Base level item that is perfectly acceptable. Oh, okay, this takes us up to the top of the tower. Oh, is this the place that we needed to go to? I guess it is, huh? I was thinking I was going to some like secondary place where I was like, oh, wowzer, we're going here. The control panel is a dizzying array of levers, dials, buttons, many smashed or corroded. Among them is a slot-like entry portrait, waiting for input. A howling wind whips snow and ash across your face. Insert the punch card with the king's message. The card jams in the slot, but you give it a good shove. For a moment, nothing happens. The whole tower begins to vibrate. Needles jump back and forth along their dials. A transistor bursts in a shower of glass. One by one, indicator lights go green as the beacon reconnects with its long-lost king. Above you, the giant antenna crackles into life and emits a pulse of silent sound, felt in your belly rather than your head. The pulse continues at regular intervals, singing a song that only your bones can hear, broadcasting a monarch's lonely cry down into the underlands. I think there it said into your herd, not into your head. Suddenly, the control panel crackles and squeals before emitting a familiar voice. God's damn thing won't even work. Hey, asshole, are you hearing this? This is guild business, Mihail. Don't interfere. Ooh, are you big scary cog now? Misha knows exactly where you got that brooch, so cut that shit, pinhead, nincompoop, fucking Listen, we do not have long with this device, so pay attention. Misha has some friends who have been watching you through the king's eyes. They know all about Chief Interpreter Aphra and her big plan. Enough to cannot be trusted. Go down, blah, 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 in Ferropolis and find a market trader called Reza. Ask them about the 7th letter. Do this before Aphra's punch card. Understand? Wait, where exactly do I find Reza? It appears to me Guile can no longer listen to you. You and I believe we have seen each other's souls. We have and discussed philosophy. Nothing matters this. Misha is asking you as a friend. There's nothing more save for the roar of static. Okay, so we have something to debate. I guess we have something we have to do. We have to go down to Ferropolis and talk to Reza, who I think possibly was the alchemist. Why would I team up with Misha? I feel like Aphra is the person that I want to help right now. She has given us absolutely zero reason to not trust her. Like, at all. Their voice comes through the harsh and commanding through their helmet. Gawked enough, have you? Had your fill? If you'd have any respect, you'd piss off back to Ferropolis. Nothing in there, but there is hopefully an iron ore in here. Nope, fine ore. Can I turn that into iron ore? It would be so much more helpful if we could. All right, let's speed up real quick. I want to zoom around up here and just make sure there's nothing cool I might have missed, because there's a good chance there's a lot of cool stuff that I might have missed because I haven't really explored too deeply around here. I don't think I've been over here yet. Neat. This was useless. Oh, okay, well, not everything can be a winner. I have Pygeth right there. We'll want to grab. Possibly. Once I'm done with everything else. Cleanup worker mutters to themselves as if you're not even there. Be a hero, they said. Save the kingdom, they said. And you had to go in and listen, didn't you? Huh. I see. I think. There is stuff in there. So, how are we supposed to get in there? Guard from the other side. Can't get up or in through there. All right, so that's nothing. Is there anywhere else we can go over here? I just want to explore this place before we do anything else. Because again, I just feel like we haven't explored here. It's been kind of just its own thing. Doorman turns you back. You need 45 charm to talk your way in. Just got it. Okay. I could probably jump over there, though. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to beat them at their own game. Can't go in there. That's fine. Can I go in here? Have I already been in here? Bigger question. Door is sealed by an unseen device. Okay. Easy enough. Ooh, nice. Oh, Ring of Stamina, plus 20 stamina. Trapped within the gem is a spell which bonds with the wearer's nervous system, although once mass-produced, antique rings like this have become a rarity. That's actually really helpful. It's a lot of stamina to get. Here we go. Come over here. Grab the jitter seed. And, yep. Okay, I think... Let's try this plan, because I think this will work. Just gonna go... Hope. Beep. Try to keep me out, asshole. Get bent. Dude, get bent. This was nothing. That was nothing, but I can jump off that as well using the agility spell and probably get into the other locked place. So let's do that too, because I think that would be fun and funny and a good time. Yep, I can absolutely do this. Okay, go like this. There we go. And all right, let's get in. Zoop. Get dunked on. Get dunked on, dude. I don't even need that. I don't even need to get in. I'm smart enough as is.